Chapter 6, Love Language. Oh, it doesn't matter how much highlighter you put on my hair. All anyone is ever gonna notice is my stupid hair. I don't think it's that bad. It is that bad. The fire ruined my extensions. You and Ashton glance at each other nervously as Mercy tears into her stylist as if the poor woman held the tiki torch herself. Mercy. It frames your face well. I mean, any length of hair looks like good on me, but I prefer long hair. I'm sorry that it's not what you want. I've looked into the extensions for you, and we'll get them, but it's going to take a couple of days to get the ones you prefer. Or like I insist on, but let's put that delicately. It'll be okay, Mercy. 2 days is nothing. Mercy's lower lip wobbles, and you steel yourself for a meltdown. And hey, remember that time we went to Cabo together? What? Why is he bringing that up? To distract her. You had a bob on that trip. You rocked it. This is just as pretty. Promise. Cross my heart. Mercy reaches over and gives him a lingering hug. She rubs his back, holds on for far too long before letting go and beaming at him. Oh, thank you for reminding me. It helped me so much. I'm sure it did. No problem. See you on set then. Betrayal rolls in your stomach as you turn and leave the trailer with Ashton right behind you. Ashton. Thanks for calming her down. Your method wasn't my favorite, but it worked, so thanks. You're trying really, really hard to be professional because you know the more keyed up Mercy is off camera, the more dramatic she'll be on camera. But does she have to be keyed up about this? Of course, and to be clear, I brought up the trip because I knew if she remembered the bob, she'd be fine. You saw, trying to figure out how to say that you're feeling it without being a jerk. It's just really hard to hear about stuff like that. If you have any feelings for her, or if you'd like to rekindle your relationship, I'm asking you to tell me now. Please, before we get in too deep. Before I get in too deep. A look of panic flashes across his face, and he takes your hands. Hey, listen to me, okay? I do not want her back, no matter what she says or does. He rubs his thumbs against the back of your hands, doing his very best to remind you he's there. I know, I just doubt myself sometimes when she throws herself at you. Remember how we had a romance, the client? Yeah? Well, rule number 1 was, don't talk business. She can't know she's being worked, so I talked about an experience we shared. This is true. Unfortunately, most of those experiences involved that time in my life, but that doesn't mean they matter to me, not anymore. And I suppose the powerful language was mentioning Cabo because of whatever forbidden intimacy you had there. No, I mean, that's incidental and doesn't mean anything. That's all behind me, Nora. Just like that friendly touch, right? Emphasis on the friendly. That's why I let her hug me. She needed it. And you didn't? No, Nora, I promise. I hear what you're saying. Everything you did worked, and she's only going to be on set today because of you, but... can I say this to him? I don't want to push him away with my emotions. No, but you literally jumping on his back and you doing whatever you're doing is going to push him away. Ashton releases one of your hands to lift your chin up, bringing your gaze back to his. His eyes hold you softly. What is it? You can tell me anything. I'll fix it. It's hard to see you treat her the same way you treat me. He squeezes your hand, taking in your hurt, as if he really can move heaven and earth to make it right. I'm sorry, Nora, but you know how this works. Honestly, you kind of perfected how this works. You say what you need to say to get the shot. You're the only one getting the real me. Mercy never will. You always know what to say, don't you? So I've been told, but I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. You can feel heat pooling exactly where his mouth should be right now, but you need to work. How about I make you a promise? I'm going to show you there's no competition between you and Mercy, and we might even make good television, too. You grin, wrapping your arms around him for a quick hug that sends tingles all the way to your toes. You had me at good television. We'll talk at the end of the video. It takes an hour, but Mercy finally arrives on set, fluffing her newly chopped tresses. I feel like a new woman, honestly. I'm so glad my hair's shorter. You know, it's perfect. Second date, second hairstyle, fresh start. I gotta get that confessional. The meme just makes itself. You're about to check on the potential suitors you've pulled for today's date when Mercy walks by you, slowly, too slowly. Thanks so much for bringing Ashton to my trailer, Nora. He knows exactly what I need. You're just so good at your job. Keep your voice so flat. Thanks. Got a girl boss, right? Mercy turns to saunter away, only to slam into Ashton's harried assistant carrying a decadent box of chocolates covered in gold leaf. Miss Bentley, there you are. Excuse me, are you sure those aren't for Mercy Bianchi? I can read, Miss Bianchi. They're for Nora Bentley. The assistant hands you the box and disappears into the chaos of the camera crews around you. Eddie hurries over, eyes glued to the chocolates. Fancy. Who'd be sending you those? Maybe a suitor. Go away, Eddie. Looks like someone has a secret admirer. There's no way to stop Eddie from chowing down as you open the box, but when you look at Ashton, his gaze is fixed on you and the sweet chocolate in your hand. I should offer it to him. Take a slow, seductive bite. Sharing is caring. You meet his gaze, then slowly bring the chocolate away from your lips and up towards his instead. You look like you want a taste. I am pretty hungry. Then he leans forward, bites off a piece of the chocolate, his lips brushing your fingertips and making you shiver. He moans deeply as he chews. This is heavenly. Yo-ho! Ashton, I had a question for you before we start filming. Ashton swallows the candy so fast, he nearly coughs. Looks like duty calls. Damn it, Mercy, will you ever not butt in? I mean, you're in the middle of your set and job, so... You shuffle in the next round of suitors to meet Mercy, Gemma, and Celeste. This time, to amp up the drama, you've matched them with personalities that are exactly like theirs. Oh, this is gonna go well. I love hanging with friends. Gotta support my crew. Me too, except they don't always show up for me, which is a bummer, but at least I'm always a good friend. No way, that's exactly what happens to me, but I refuse to be that kind of person, you know? Absolutely, we'll always be the good friends, no matter how some of our friends treat us. Okay, I'm feeling Gemma. Wait, can't wait to cut that in the B-roll of Gemma sniping at Mercy. The rest of the date goes predictably well as Gemma and Will try to one-up each other with who is the more empathetic and caring friend. Whatever. After you're sure Eddie is what he needs, you turn to your attention to Mercy and her date, Jared. I'm so glad I was able to take time away from the office to do this. It wasn't easy because everyone depends on me. I know what that's like. My sisters wouldn't have this gig if it weren't for me, but it has its perks. Oh, I hear ya. Like, some of my clients are pro basketball players, and there's nothing like courtside tickets to every game. I've only had time for sports ball. I spend every waking minute working on my TV career. You hold back a snort. That's one of the biggest lies you've ever heard. I'm also pretty sure all of Jared's pro clients only play in Eastern Europe, but I suppose the seats would be worth a 16-hour flight. Ouch. Eddie finalizes the next step of that and is ready to roll, but Celeste hasn't said a word to her date. You sit down on the floor and out of frame, but close enough to hopefully make Celeste feel comfortable and supported. Let's talk about, How you both went to the same college, your favorite true crime shows. Yeah, we'll go with true crime. With a sigh, the women look down at their laps before glancing up at each other. The chemistry is just non-existent. I don't watch true crime anymore. Oh, me neither. The woman I used to watch, who did her makeup, while she talked about crime, left the biz to be a PI or something. Oh, that's where she went? Huh. I hope she's better at solving crimes than she is at contouring. Eddie keeps the camera rolling at Celeste and Brooklyn stare at each other. Finally, you scoot back to whisper to Eddie. We're going to make this killer comedic bit. Cricket some sound effects. Music, etc. It's all just more ammo for silly and endgame agenda. We're really trying to make Silly happen again, huh? Oh, come up with a better couple name, then talk to me. I'm for it. Your call to make that the last setup comedic. No wonder you have a secret admirer. Once Eddie's filled time with silence and awkward eye contact, you call for a break. Mercy immediately pounces. Ashton, it's too bad you aren't one of my dates. Ashton winces before giving her an awkward half-smile. You put a hand on your hip, watching and waiting for him to shut Mercy down. You pulled out all the stops on our first date, so I know you'd go even bigger to win me back. Okay, that's it. It's time she had a taste of her own medicine, and I'll use Ashton to do it. Oh, I don't think I could, Nora. We still need to work on placements for the next shot. What are you thinking? Work closely with Ashton. Keep it strictly professional. Just know that I love each and every one of you, and we'll talk about this at the end of the video. I'm really trying to get through this chapter. Hey Mercy, I have some ideas for how we can spice up the next scene. Ashton, I could really use your help, so stay close to me for the next few setups. Bat your eyelashes at him, your breath hitches a little at how intently he's watching you. Wherever you need me, Nora, I'm yours. I appreciate it. You're just so giving. You feel the anger rolling off of her as you slide your hand over Ashton's shoulder. This is a lightning in the bottle so far, whatever you say goes. With a grin, you lean over towards Ashton and stage whisper loud enough so Mercy can hear. And of course, I'll benefit from your special attention. You can feel the need in his body coiled tight at the very thought. I'm really pride myself on being hands-on learner. As you should. As Eddie and the crew move to rest the equipment to the lounge, you're beaming with Ashton at your side. Ashton, would you, be my stand-in? I'd love to use you to show Mercy how she should be doing this. Well, I did do a little modeling in college. Really? What kind of modeling? Ashton's eyes widen a little as he swallows and tugs at the collar of his shirt. Is it nude modeling, wasn't it? Maybe. Okay, yes, it was, but it was just figure drawing. They needed my figure. I'll bet they did. Images of naked Ashton covered in paint flash through your mind. Is that how that works? Because I don't think that's how finger painting works on a nude model. Anyway, mouth something naughty. Once you're sure no one is looking, you catch his eye, you wink and he grins, and then you mouth, I'm very hands-on. I certainly hope so. Heat spreads across your body as you try to keep your feelings in check while you're on set. Maybe this was a bad idea, though, because my self-control is not that strong. Eddie works on some confessionals from the second round of suitors while you're prepping with the sisters. You tug on Ashton's arm and pull him over in front of the camera. Ashton, mind helping me show our stars how we need them to stand for this setup? It's a thin excuse to have your hands on him, but you lead him to Gemma's soon-to-be spot, turning him to the direction you want. You struggle to keep your hands where they should be, and not where you want to put them. So, Gemma, you're just gonna stand just like this, facing camera, eh? Got it. You lean in close to Ashton, pull him aside, placing your hands on either side of his face to gently turn his head. Every touch sends warm waves of need through your body, but you will yourself to focus. And Celeste, this is where you'll need to look. Gee, I hope I can handle it. You take Ashton to the final location where Mercy will stand. You feel her eyes burning into your back, but it only emboldens you. Mercy, maybe it could help if I demonstrate for you. Ashton, can you help? Gladly. You can, Sit in your date's lap. Mercy, make sure you take notes, because this is how we want you and Jared. Whatever. I don't need... Come here, Ashton. You wave him over to one of the beach chairs that face the ocean. Ashton settles into it, and you settle onto his lap with a contented smile. His hands go to your waist, and you struggle to keep your voice even as you twist a bit and look towards the ocean. You think you can relay that to Jared, Mercy, or should we do it again slower? I get the picture. Do you? Do you need... Hey, Eddie, get the camera. We just need to give her a Polaroid, just in case. You can't hide the snappiness in her tone, or she can't hide in her tone, and you let yourself bask in the pettiness a little bit. Mercy would, after all. As long as you're sure. Ashton and I could stay like this for a little longer, if that's helpful. If I wanted to look desperate, I could do that by myself. That was a good burn. Ashton stifles a massive snort. I mean, whatever, Jared. She stomps back towards the craft services table and grabs a bottle of water. You have a feeling she wishes it were something stronger. Ashton, maybe you should become an actor. Come again? I won't touch that. You could give up the whole CEO thing. Start your career by being a stand-in. I mean, look at you go already. I'm doing a fine job. I could get used to having you pose me. He leans down so his lips brush the shell of your ear. Maybe I'd even let you give me directions in bed. I love a man who likes to take orders. Mercy doesn't have long to stew because it's time for the women to take their places, but even after Mercy's seated with Jared, she ignores him completely. Her eyes are glued to you and Ashton, as if looks could kill and you would be toast, but Ashton ignores her, the voice low and warm as he keeps close. This round of suitors is so different than the first. You did great jobs bringing some comedy for us to work with. Thanks, I really appreciate that. Matchmaking is a fun perk of the job. Mercy, are you okay? Please be quiet, Jared. I'm a little busy. Oh, okay, but you asked me to come over here. Yelled, really? Believe me, you'll know when I yell. You really will. Jared sits here staring at Mercy and getting more disgruntled by the minute, until he gets up and leaves. Mercy's too occupied with her nails to notice. Well, it's no Kim. There's people that are dying, but we're getting there. I don't get that reference. Feed Ashton a chocolate or whisper to him. You cup your hand over your mouth, stand on your tiptoes and put your lips to Ashton's ear. You can't help but grin as Mercy's cheeks darken. You're driving me wild. It's hard to focus with you this close to me. Ashton's breath hitches and your core tightens as he brushes his arm against yours. Well, you're doing the same to me, but who said we had to work? Does it help that I'm regretting it? Absolutely. It would be so easy to throw it all away, kiss him right here, right now, but you can't, you won't. You'll have to stick with the satisfaction from pissing Mercy, and damn, that does feel good. You can't help beaming at Ashton. Best boss ever. Best EP ever. Managed to sneak in some extra time with Ashton on set, and it didn't hurt at all. That made Mercy jealous. And you guys get the occasional cat if your ears are acute enough. After filming wraps for the day, you head back to your trailer with Ashton and Eddie by your side, but when you pull open your door... Wow. Okay, who's the secret admirer? Eye roll. Every available inch of surface in your trailer is covered by hundreds of different bouquets, and there are flowers everywhere. There's none on the ceiling. It looks like these came from within a note. Ashton nudges you in the side, pointing towards a card on a nearby table before you can reach for it, and he snatches it. Act like it's no big deal. Listen, any woman in their right mind would be like, this is a big deal. You lunge for the card and try to rip it from Addie's hands, but he's too quick. He swipes the card and darts into a corner of your trailer, just out of reach like a rat. I'm serious. These are from your secret admirer, too. Huh, whoever they are, they must have excellent taste. Look at those Juliette roses. You glare at him, but Eddie's too busy examining the card to catch on Ashton's suspicious horticultural knowledge. I can't say I expected this. What, your sister having love? Jesus Christ. Eddie. It's none of your business. You fold your arms and stare Eddie down, but he doesn't hand back the card. And my sister, you are my business. I need to know who's intent on dating you. No, you don't. I love you, but no, you don't. Especially not when the secret someone is Ashton freaking Park. Judging from the grand gestures, I'd say your admirer is persistent and used to getting what or who he wants. Yeah, I'm not sure I like the sound of that. I think I'll... Before that, can you do me a favor? Sure, what's up? I saw that there's no Morrison cap on the menu. Think you can reach out to them for some product placement? Tell Gray I sent you. Oh, that's a great idea, no problem. You breathe a giant sigh of relief as Eddie heads out of Ashton's errand, and only then, when the door is shut behind him, do you feel the heartbeat start to slow. That was way too close. Someone must really care about you to send an entire flower shop. Well, I do love all the flowers and the chocolates were good, but these are things you could do for anyone. He closes the gap between you, and your breath stops as he reaches around you and locks the door. I know how I can properly prove I planned this big gesture with you in mind. Does it involve... roses? Soft petals and gentle touches are what you're after, yes. For now. But I reserve the right to change my mind later. Lucky for you, I can be spontaneous. All I want is to give you what you want and what you need. He plucks a pink flower from one of the bouquets and traces your jaw with it, his eyes on your lips. I can either tell you or I can show you. He reaches for a rose and manages to find one with a large thorn on the stem. He takes your hand and lightly drags the thorn across your palm, making you shiver. Play with the flowers with Ashton. Decline. Decline. Like I said, we'll talk at the end of the video. You shake your head wide-eyed and still a little breathless from everything that just happened. I'm way too wounded after that close call with Eddie. Can I get the bullet point version? Efficient as always. So this bright one, this is Camellia. It means longing for someone, and it's exactly how I feel about you all the time. You smile, reach out to pull a white flower with a large petal. That's a gardenia. It stands for secret love. Wow, you really did choose these just for me. Every single one. You bring the gardenia to your nose and inhale deeply. The initial assumption about the flowers was very, very wrong. Ashton put real effort into choosing these, and it makes your heart soar. As much as I keep looking for signs that Ashton's playing me, I don't see them, but I don't trust my judgment either. Only minutes after Ashton leaves your trailer, an enraged Mercy storms inside, slams the door behind her. She looks around at all the flowers, her mouth hanging open for a moment before she turns to you. Admit it. Admit what? You're sleeping with Ashton, obviously. No one else would send you this stuff. You wouldn't have a secret admirer. Excuse me. You don't know me at all. I'm not outrageous that someone might be into me. How dumb do you think I am? Ashton seduced me, remember? I know all of his moves, and this is a classic Ashton. Once he bought me a diamond necklace. It was fine. Okay. It was fine for someone else, not for me. I demanded a much prettier and much more expensive one that I saw at Paris Fashion Week. Well, that's pretty ungrateful. Asking? No. Demanding a more expensive present? Yikes. Yikes. Oh, please, like you've never... Actually, no, I haven't. I haven't, actually. I think it's tacky. Anyway, I reminded him of how he's wronged me, and he finally returned that horrid cheap necklace and bought me the one I wanted. He wronged you in some way, right? He spends money when he doesn't know what to do. I'm not gonna waste my breath. You're determined to think it's Ashton. And you're determined to make a bigger fool of yourself than you usually do. You forget that I'm kind of your boss, didn't you? I control the edit. No, Ashton controls the edit, and I think Ashton and I control Ashton. And you, little miss, first time EP. Mercy gives you a sinister smile that sends ice down your spine. If you don't stay away from him, I'll tell everyone. Your career will be over. You won't even be able to get a PA gig, the Puppy Bowl, after this. You try not to react, but deep down the fear is there. Forget the show. If Eddie found out, your relationship with him would be in shambles, and he and Ashton's friendship would be destroyed. But you keep your cool. You can produce your way out of this. You have to. If you want drama, you conduct drama like it's freaking sympathy. If you say a word, your chance of stardom will be cut short. Mercy gives you a patronizing smile, cooing in her throat. Oh, honey, Ashton would never kick me off the show, no matter what you tell yourself. He cares about me, and has for a long time. You swallow hard. You know you shouldn't believe a word she says, but it's hard not to, not when she seems as sure as you are, or were, are. Mercy smirks, heads for the door, purposely knocking over a vase on the way out. It crashes to the floor, shattering into pieces. You hide in your trailer for an hour, staring at the wilting flowers and the broken vase, trying to make sense of what just happened. Mercy has every reason to lie to me, but what if she's right? If these are Ashton's usual news, how could I know he'd choose me? Your trailer door opens, Ashton pops his head inside, his smile dims when he sees you. Look at you. What's wrong? I'm fine. Maybe a little stressed, but I'm fine. He reaches out to take your hand. You're not fine, I can see it all over your face. There are too many flowers. Can I give some to the crew? No, the flowers are great, I think. I got a little overwhelmed. There's so much to do. I know it's easy to say, but don't worry, you're not alone in this. You've got me, Eddie, the whole cast and crew. Just not Mercy. But who wants Mercy? You give him a weak smile. You did once. I promise that you're fully capable of doing this job. Hell, you're already doing it. You're great at it. You sniffle a little, nodding. You want to trust him and his intentions towards you. You would break if he ever sided with Mercy. I'm sorry. You have to be in here giving me a pep talk already. I'll be okay in a minute. Ashton considers this, and you can see the gears turning in his head, the twinkle of mischief as an idea comes to him. I think what you need is a vacation. She's been working a day! Okay, just... He takes both of your hands in his, giving you a smile that warms your heart, despite everything Mercy just said. Pack a bag, I'm taking you to Greece. We really need to talk. So, before we get to the talk, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description, plenty of things to check out, ways to support, and whatnot. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and talk now. Tune out if you don't want to hear logical, reasonable thinking. Oh, deep breaths, Locum, deep breaths. Alright. First and foremost, you barely have been back with Ashton very long, okay? So, I don't understand this barreling out of control like you're a giddy little high school chick all over again. I don't understand it. Secondly, you know, I'm going to play devil's advocate here, okay? Yes, Ashton could be this type of person. Clearly, he's got all the money in the world that he can do this thing. And yeah, no, it's part of the problem that I'm going to say that ladies right now just... A lot of the ladies that I've met or seen online or whatnot, like, they want these grandiose things that, you know, no guy with normal, hard-working determination can ever provide for you, like Ashton just did, right? Like, we can save, right? It's not gonna... Like, the guy's been literally back in your life for 2 days. I get he's like some uber-rich billion-trillionaire, but like a hard-working guy is not going to be able to do this. Like, he'll send you like a bouquet, or maybe like, you know, say doing a little bit of savings or whatnot, because especially as a guy who worked in flowers for like 5+ years, and I know every single flower, every color, meaning the whole 9 yards. It was literally part of my job, and I actually really did, and they love that job. It's not that hard to Google a flower that says, oh, this flower means this, okay? I'm going to be honest with you, okay? But, surprisingly enough, a lot of the people that came to me and ordered flowers were people who were ignorant. They would ask me, because literally I'm the person selling them flowers, what these flowers would mean, and I would find and make them the best bouquet possible, okay? So... And I was a person that literally worked at a multi-million-dollar corporation to do that. Okay, so with that being said, again, playing devil's advocate here, but it could mean he tried genuine effort. We can't discredit that either. But this is Mercy also getting underneath your skin. This is like women. Listen, I can fight with a dude and go take a nap and get some, working out or whatnot, and I can be cool with him. Okay, like we're talking just all holds down barge thing. Women, yeah, you get in a fight with another woman and holy shit, your whole next week is just destroyed. Okay, I don't like you're just out to plot revenge, or you're sad, or whatever feeling that woman who went after your jugular literally just came at you for. You will be salty for at least a solid day, let alone a week. Okay, maybe longer, because there's some people I've known who are just long as shit. Okay, they'll sit there and plot revenge and just vengeance and everything for the next week, okay? And then they'll get back at the person. It's a never-ending cycle, okay? It's I don't know. It's weird because women are supposed to be uplifting one another and everything else, and at the same moment, you all will go for the jugular, okay? Guys, we don't do this. We literally got the bro code. I know, and I've heard faint things and rumorages of like the sister code and things like that, but yeah, no, I don't really see women really honoring that. I'm gonna be honest with you at the end of the day. I don't understand. I mean, I get it's part of the story. But I don't understand why you were falling head over heels for this guy. You should be more apprehensive because you should be thinking logical. That yes, he could be spending all that money, just like she said. And again, devil's advocate. It's true. Any person with a large amount of money can swoon you, can buy you anything you want. But I promise you, ladies, find a guy, and I'm going to throw myself out there. Find a guy who enjoys the simple things in life, who literally and figuratively is not made of money bags. And if he feels for you, that man will literally and figuratively move heaven and earth to make you feel like his queen, like you are a goddess. Can't stress that enough. And this is kind of like, covering the story and just a thought. I always leave little breadcrumbs of wisdom and nuggets and things like that throughout my videos, but I try and also save them for the ends of the videos because I don't want to ruin the reading. But trying to read this shit, it's shit to me. Okay? Listen, if it was up to me, I wouldn't be reading this story at all. It's just garbage. Anyway, it infuriates me. Maybe that's what, I don't know, maybe that's what all this shit's about, and that's why I don't watch it, because people can get obsessed with this shit and be like, how dare she do that? How dare he do that? Like, I don't have time for it. I got enough shit in life, and I've gone through enough that I don't have time for petty squabbles and shit like that. My inner circle is my inner circle. Anyway, like I said, I don't know, a lot of women nowadays want money bags. It's really, as a guy, and I'm sure if you look online at all and you don't have your head up your rear, you know that a lot of us have kind of like retired. Like we're getting a lot of mixed signals from women lately. A lot of mixed signals because everyone's following like social media and Kim K and all these, Beyonce and all these women who, again, these people already made of money and they're dating guys with money, and then they're telling you to look for, guys with money, and then you'll have money. And money doesn't bring happiness. Money isn't everything. I promise you. I promise you. Look how many loveless marriages there are because of money. It ain't the money, honey. Alright, thanks for watching. Catch y'all later. Peace out.